Yo, yo,
What up, what up, what up?
what's good, bro? You good?
I'm good, brother. How you, man?
Oh man, just another day, another different toilet, same shit. I always think.
How excited are you to, finally get crazy out? Rolls Royce Umbrella is going up crazy.
Yeah,
Life's a Mess 2 is out too, man. Amazing record. So just tell me the process, what it's like to finally get this, what sounds like already like a beautiful body of work.
yeah. Well, thank you. I'm excited, dude, for sure. Rolls Royce Umbrella was like number one on ads on Rhythmic in the last week or so, and then we're trying to hit that top 40. I just keep pushing along. Life's a Mess 2's doing its thing. To have Post and Juice on the same record and to be signed to both of them, it definitely means a lot to me. It's got a Little Baby, Chris Brown, Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying? I got my son on there with Lil Wayne. That's a cool thing, and it's
Wow.
like,
And it's
you know,
cool, man. Like you got an interesting story, man, because you actually came from radio too, so you understand like the whole, radio world on top of doing your music thing. So you kind of know how to. I feel like you got an advantage over a lot of people because you understand the angle on both sides and how to promote a record and how radio plays into promoting music.
yeah, I think radio is the gatekeeper. I think it separates the household names from the ones that kind of get shuffled to the back. You know what I'm saying? I think to have your song on radio is big. There's a lot of it's easy to look around to all the different platforms and kind of get lost in the sauce, but like I think coming from a radio background, I don't think there's nothing more important than hitting the radio and hitting it hard. The airplay is everything.
And what experiences from radio, like, did that help you in your writing process when you were coming up with songs and things like that? What were you listening to? What were like some of them radio records? Did that kind of put that or instill you on how to make a hit record?
No, maybe, you know what one sounds like from listening to radio and being that deep into it, but I don't think that I actually write records, trying to gear it towards radio. I, of course, want to be on the radio and want to aim at it, but I think I want to bring something a little different. I don't really look at music like it's got a formula, you know what I mean? Just trying to make some interesting stuff, trying to make a body of work I can look back on and be proud of and just make some really dope artistic stuff, that and hope that it does well on the radio. But from my radio days, I definitely I know how important it is, and I know how it makes it that much more exciting to be on the other side of the fence doing drops, doing liners, and you know what I'm saying, talking about takeovers and just hearing your song on the radio is just insane. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't say that it influenced me to do it in a certain way, but it definitely made it to where I realized its importance and wanted to be on it as much as possible.
With the last album, Who Was Clever, I feel like that was like an introduction for people who, to get familiar with you. I mean, I think you've been doing your thing for a long time, writing a lot of music. And, we got to see it in a body of work. And now we get to get the movie now,
Mm-hmm.
Crazy, the movie.
Right.
So what was it? What was the process or what, what were the influences this time around coming up with Crazy?
On this album, with the earlier stuff with the mixtapes and stuff like that, it was more just kind of listening to some of my favorite songs of my own at that time and kind of throwing together a bunch of dope records and trying to make it to where it ran smoothly. With this one, I wanted it to be more of an experience from tapes to albums. Like, I want this one to be a whole experience, and just there's a lot of different Easter eggs on it, some secret songs at the end of the album, and some hidden meanings, some hidden messages squeezed in there, some tribute to Juice, paying homage, and just trying to make a body of work that not only works together from front to finish, but just kind of leaves you. It's a whole vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
you kind of get something out of it. It's an experience from front to finish. We've even got some sound effects from the very first song to the last one that sound effects that sync up with a movie, and it's gonna be crazy. It's definitely gonna be crazy. The name itself, Crazy. I haven't told a lot of people this, but we do a lot of the track list, the first letter spelling, different things going down, and but this album starting with a C the next one's going to start with an L and so forth. So we really kind of put together these ideas that are going to be over time one big puzzle piece. You know what I mean? With a bunch of little ones to kind of make up for it. To make it all up. But it's gonna be dope, dude. I'm excited. I think just the difference is making something that instead of just throwing a bunch of cool songs together and throwing it out there, it's really trying to make something that's longevity and an experience of some sort.
Dog, it's one hell of an experience, and I feel like I'm watching or I'm listening. I get like Marvel Avengers type movie vibes with all these Easter eggs you're throwing in that with the album. I know fans go crazy for it too.
Mm-hmm.
It's the most unique thing I've seen in music, and I've never seen anybody really kind of execute it the way you have. To go back a little bit, I know Lil Bibby, you were signed with like Lil Bibby along with Juice WRLD. Can we just salute Lil Bibby real quick about him just having an ear for talent? Like he's putting out the best talent that we have in the game, like respectfully,
Absolutely.
What can you say about Bibby and how's that conversation? Because I never knew Bibby had an ear for music like that.
Yeah, well, Bibby was building his own buzz up. He kind of got locked into a bad deal and decided to take a different route. Bibby's kind of a quiet guy, kind of shy at times. So I feel like he's more of a behind the scene guy in the first place, but his music, his own music kind of stood out. His voice stood out. So he knows what it is. He was with Dr. Luke for a little while. He was doing his thing, you know what I'm saying? And I just feel like over time he's kind of built it up, knows what it is, and he definitely goes out and gets it. And he's got that respect, that factor that makes an artist want to just be with him and kind of and push along. When I met Bibby, me and Leroy wasn't signed to him yet, but to have Juice WRLD, Kid Leroy, and myself, and to have done what he was able to accomplish with Juice was a big thing. And some of the songs that he chose, to be some of the front runners that really made Juice what he was, and then to fire off with Kid Leroy and me back to back. You know what I mean? It's just he's definitely got that ear for it, and I think that he's only going to keep signing artists and keep pushing them forward, and he's got the formula. So I can't say enough about what he's done for my career and what he will continue to do for many artists' career for years to come.
You also down with Pose too. I mean, that speaks for itself. I mean, and it makes sense. Like you guys, sonically, I feel like mesh very well. And it shows, on Life's a Mess too. It shows on the record you guys did with Justin Bieber. So, explain to me that process and also getting that cosign from Biebs, man. Biebs, like, finding you on IG.
Yeah. So, we've always got a lot of love from World Star. And I think a lot of these cats came from World Star to kind of show that love. And Bieber, if you ask Post Malone, he'll tell you Bieber won't let him have anything, because it was like as soon as we got with Post and started doing our thing, here comes Biebs. But like, it was basically just them reaching out on Instagram and trying to holler and say, hey, I fuck with your stuff. I think early on, Post, he was listening to my songs. I saw some videos surfacing that had Post kind of like hanging out backstage at some shows and playing the drums to some of my songs and listening to it on some Sprinter vans and stuff like that. Just a couple of videos kept surfacing of him listening to my joints before we ever spoke, ever met, anything like that. And me and Tyler Yahweh was really close. And I think he was just flipping through Tyler Yahweh's phone, saw me on his phone, and just decided to hit me on FaceTime. And I was expecting Tyler, and there's Post Malone sitting there like, ready to say, hey, yo, I really like your music, and I want to link up, and this, that, and the other. And it wasn't, maybe a couple weeks later, I was flying out to hang out with them, and they were on tour, kind of on their second leg, and I jumped in and just kind of hung out for a couple of weeks, and we hit it off. And next thing I knew, he was wanting to sign me, and we did a collaborative joint with Posty and Lil Bibby, and to have, Lil Bibby on one side that had Juice WRLD, Kid Leroy, and myself, and then to also be on another side with another trio of artists with Post Malone and Tyler Yahweh and myself. It's like it's funny because it looks, to me, it looks the same on both sides. Like Post is definitely doing his thing. Juice was definitely doing his thing. And then you got Tyler Yahweh, Kid Leroy popping off with some pretty big records this year. And then there I am, on both sides of that fence, kind of getting love from both of them. It's definitely dope. To me, it reminds me like 42 Doug, having love from Yo Gotti, but also having that love from Lil Baby. And you can't really have any bigger cosigns than that. I mean, it just don't get much bigger. And to have both of them on a record with me is also huge, And I also, was Lil Baby was trying to sign me way back when, Quality Control reached out, 4PF, the whole gang was trying to reach right about the time I signed with Bibby and them. So we've kept a great relationship. I even got records with Lil Baby on this album,
right?
And me and 42 Doug got some. So not on this album, but in the pipeline. So I think it's definitely going to be dope. We've got more stuff to come. I got a record on Post album coming out this year sometime. I got a record on Chris Brown's album with him and Young Thug. And we're working on like Space Jam soundtrack records and
Get out of here.
Madden 22. And you know what I'm saying? Like just trying to make some more plays. We got a record playing on ESPN right now in the commercial breaks with the Lil Baby record, and about to hit World Star. We just dropped, a couple big records that's doing some big things. And it's just little by little trying to shake the ground,
I dig that, man. I dig that for real. And me being a big movie guy, also like and fan of the original Space Jam. Did you get a chance to watch the movie as you're making the songs for it?
No, I wish. I've seen some photos. I've seen some little clips. Like some teaser stuff. But no, I haven't actually got to see anything about it. I'm excited to see it myself. I was big on the first one, and to see LeBron James do it is going to be dope. And to be a part of it in some sort of way, or to even be a part of the conversation, you know what I mean? To be trying to play songs with that is really cool. So I couldn't be more excited right now.
I'm excited for you, bro. I'm excited to hear. Because I was a big fan of soundtracks growing up. Like I used to collect soundtracks, and the Space Jam soundtrack was a classic.
Yeah,
so
classic.
I have some high expectations for this one, and I'm glad that you're on it. So that saves me. You know what I'm saying? That makes me more comfortable. Yeah. Now I want to get on. I know Post and Tyler and these guys. They go heavy with the beer pong. I beat Tyler in beer pong. So
yeah,
ask him about it. Ask him about it. I beat him in beer pong. It's the giant beer pong. It's not the small one. With the volleyballs and the giant barrels.
Okay, got you.
So out of y'all three, who's the nicest? Who you have to say?
Well, out of Post and me and Tyler, I would say Post is probably the GOAT. Now, in real basketball shooting, I'm key. I'm money. You know what I'm saying, from the line. So I would like to say that on the day that I played Post for the first time, I might have been a little rusty. Beer pong may not be my thing, but on the court, I think I got both of them. So wow. You know what I'm saying. We'll just see how it plays out. But so I wouldn't say that either one of them was better than me at beer pong. I just got to get used to that, to that shot, a smaller cup and a smaller ball. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I don't mind drinking. I can drink with the best of them too. So I don't mind losing every now and then.
So basically on the court, Post Malone's White Iverson title was revoked.
Well, I wouldn't say that it's revoked. Let me just say that, I'm 6'2.5". I like to throw the half in there. I got a long reach. And if Post Malone comes near me with a basketball, I am throwing his shit down the court.
Spicy talk. Oh, man. There's a lot of spicy talk going on right now. Clever. I really want to ask, because I'm a dad to be, so I got a little girl on the way in July. How awesome was it to have your son with you? Thank you so much. How amazing was it to share that experience and putting this album out and having your son on the song?
Man, it was crazy. My son is he's been a studio rat. He's like been raised in the studio his whole life. And I've been pushing him to play the piano. I play the piano really well. So for me to say, I think he actually plays the piano better than me at 6 years old is really saying something. But not only that, I always tell him, like, Michael Jackson was great as a kid and Justin Bieber was great as a kid, But I don't think that either one of them was writing their own songs. And my 6-year-old will sit here on GarageBand and write his own songs and freestyle like verses and stuff like that, talking about some emotions I know damn well he's not feeling at the
Right.
moment. You know what I'm saying? But he listens to a lot of Juice. He listens to a lot of me, and I think it influences him lyrically. And he's like real emotional on a record. He's wrote some really cool songs, some melodies that I thought were crazy and actually fit. And he'll like make his own beats. He's playing the piano. He plays it really, really well. Like you'd be really surprised to see what he's able to do at 6. So it's something that he's really inspired to do. I personally don't know that I would recommend this business, but I can't stop him from dreaming his dream. It's definitely something I always wanted, and I could see it in him. So it meant something to me to put him on the record. He was actually just sitting in the studio. He's at the end of the song for just a little small section, and I'm ending the song doing some la la la's type stuff with a little melody to it. And he just had the melody in his head from hearing it a couple of times, and was sitting next to me on the microphone. And he likes to wear headphones in the studio to kind of be a part of it, to hear the beat with the song. And he was just sitting there and just decided, I didn't ask him to do it. He just decided he was going to start singing those la la la's. And I ended up telling the engineer, like, man, that sounds pretty good. Why don't you just leave that on there? And from there, decided I'm gonna put him on the feature. I'm gonna feature him on this record and just put his name on it. And now we're talking about throwing it up on World Star and stuff. So for him to be 6 and to have his name on that and be they're already offering and publishing deals and stuff. Like I
Wow.
say, he's like he's doing his thing. So at 6. But
Wow.
yeah, he definitely influences me. And his name's Lyric, so he's got a music name. His first name's Cobain Isaiah Lyric Huey, and he goes by Lyric, but he's got music all in his name, and it's in his blood too. So,
Dog. And he gets to go into school,
but
you know what I'm saying?
he's probably the best.
He gets
Yeah.
to go into school
Well,
saying, I got a
he's
song with my dad
homeschooling.
and Lil Wayne. Or he gets to brag in the streets. You know what I mean?
And
As he
Lil
gets older.
Wayne. That's right. Yeah, yeah. He's playing sports and stuff too, so he can sit in the dugout and let him have it.
He's gonna sit here and
But
nudge one
it's
of the.
definitely cool.
That's dope. He's gonna
He's
sit
ready for
here.
the money.
I bet he is. I bet he
He's
is.
already let me know. He's like, because my dad, his granddad is put it in his head like, oh well, you better let them know you need your money and stuff like this. So he's always coming to me like yeah, when that song comes out, kind of thing, like he wants his money off of it. And I'm like, yeah, I got you. He's already spoiled rotten, but what?
Has he already come to you say, hey dad, where the check at?
Yeah, no, he's on it, dude. He's waiting for the drop. He knows as soon as it drops, he's like, man, look, it's my go. I'm gonna have to let him know. Like, it's gonna take some time to get these royalties back, but I'm gonna help you out. I'm in a 2020 Corvette right now. He already claims it's gonna be his.
Oh man.
So he's spoiled rotten. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no doubt about it. But yeah, I'm gonna have to cut him that check. Ain't no doubt. He ain't gonna let me let that go.
Oh man, that's amazing, man. That's funny as hell. And lastly, man, before I let you go, are there any more records between you and Juice that are just like sitting around that maybe we'll see somewhere in the near future?
We do have some records sitting around. Yeah, I to be honest with you, man, it's been really tough to get the records cleared. With Juice not being with us anymore, we get a lot of grief from the labels and stuff like that. I'm with Republic. He was with Interscope. It's a lot of. It's hard to really get songs, cleared and especially, with Juice and all that. But I don't know. You also get a lot of backlash from people thinking that you're just doing it for the wrong reasons and clout chasing. And honestly, there's a couple of songs that I wouldn't even mind keeping it to myself, and not for backlash reasons, just to kind of hold on to it, and because it's special to me, and maybe just keeping that to myself, you know what I mean? But we do have a couple records, one of which was produced by one of my homeboys, and it's a really special record to both of us. But we'll see. I got a lot of features coming on this next album. I'm already working on the second album. I think it's hard to say, but it's gonna be just as crazy, if not crazier, on this album, the next album for the features. And we definitely got some cool co-signs and stuff like that. And I really thought about throwing that another one of them Juice records I got with on that album, but we'll see how it goes. I think I may hold on to them just for my own sake right now.
Well, I'm tapped in already, man. I'm a huge fan. I definitely love what you're doing, man. And Life's a Mess 2 is out right now.
Yep.
Rolls Royce Umbrellas is doing numbers. So
Yeah, thank you, bro. Thank you, and thank you for your time, bro. Just just to have this opportunity is amazing. So I'm forever grateful, bro.
always a pleasure, man. We definitely be in touch. You already know we got each other's like IGs, and
Yep,
we talk every now and then.
yep,
So
all
and then
day. I'm coming down there too. I'm
yeah, we
coming
need you in
down.
Tampa.
I'm coming.
Definitely need you out here, bro, for sure.
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
second album is the L. Do you know what is? You already got the name for it?
Yeah, yeah, I do. I'm not gonna throw that out there yet, but when
Okay.
I change my Instagram handle, it'll be there.
That's right. You do that. You change now your Instagram handle with the albums as they,
Yeah,
as they go on.
yeah.
Respect. Clever. Appreciate you taking the time, my brother. We'll be in touch, bro.
Thank you, bro. Have a good one, man.